Scary stories in the dark. Just to prove a point. In a quiet suburban neighborhood, an otherwise peaceful evening took a dramatic turn. The tranquility was shattered by the sound of an engine revving, followed by a thunderous crash. A man, visibly frustrated and seemingly fueled by a personal vendetta, had driven his car straight into his neighbor's living room window. The startled homeowner rushed to the scene, bewildered and disheartened. Peering out from the wreckage, the man behind the wheel stepped out of the car, dusted himself off, and remarked with a strange sense of satisfaction, "I'm fine." But the night wasn't over. Without much explanation, the man darted away, leaving the destroyed car lodged in the side of the house. Moments later, the sound of another engine echoed through the neighborhood. The same man returned, this time in a second car. Before anyone could intervene, he accelerated and plowed the second vehicle into the first one, further wrecking both cars and causing even more damage to the house. The homeowner, now utterly distraught, confronted the man, his voice heavy with sadness and confusion. "Why would you do this?" he asked, almost pleading. The man, with a cold and resolute tone, replied, "Just to prove a point." Story. The hockey incident. Here's the story of the infamous hockey incident. At a local recreational center, two teams were locked in a spirited game of hockey. The atmosphere was lighthearted, but the competition was fierce. On one team, a forward and the goalie, usually teammates, found themselves caught up in a heated argument on the ice. The cause of the dispute? A difference of opinion on a recent play. Words were exchanged, voices grew louder, and the tension between the two mounted. In a sudden fit of frustration, the forward decided to take things to an absurd extreme. He skated down the rink, the crowd not sure what to expect, and intentionally fired the puck into his own team's net, scoring an own goal. The arena went silent for a moment, but the forward's intention was clear. This was his way of making a point, albeit in an outrageous manner. The goalie, already humiliated by the unexpected betrayal, snapped. In a wild act of rage, he pulled off one of his ice skates, holding it by the blade like a weapon. He then began to chase the forward, threatening to stab him with the skate in his hand. The situation, once a minor spat between teammates, escalated into something far more absurd and dangerous. The goalie didn't stop. He continued the pursuit long after the humor had worn off, ignoring any attempt at reason. The forward, terrified and confused, sprinted up to the second floor of the rink, desperately looking for safety and hoping for help. He called out to anyone who might listen, begging for someone to intervene. But to his shock, no one did. The onlookers watched in silence as the scene unfolded. Finally, two bystanders exchanged glances. One of them spoke up, "Why didn't you help that man?" The other simply shrugged and replied with a deadpan expression, "Because it's hockey."